What's up, guys? Welcome to the special pre-E3 edition of the J14 Gamecast. Nice. We've got John, Brendan, Sean, and myself, Jeff, here again. And we're going to be running through each of the major players, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, talking about what we think they'll show and what they should show.
Major players, Nintendo. That's funny.
Ha. 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 I hear Sega's making a comeback.
Dreamcast 2. Make it happen.
Anyways,
that'd be sweet.
Actually. I don't know should we start with Nintendo?
I think so. I think they have a lot to offer, even though they're not going to have a huge presence again at E3.
Mm-hmm. So maybe you can start, Sean. Just, what do you think they're going to show?
I think, they're obviously going to harp on Smash Bros. Because that's been their one...
Is it out for 3DS yet?
No, it's out soon.
It should be soon, because I remember there was a huge gap between that and the Wii
because
version.
it's
supposed to be out this summer,
It's supposed to be out in the summer. Mm-hmm. But I think they're going to make a huge push for the Wii U version of that, because that's coming out holiday.
Oh, the Wii U is... Okay.
Yeah.
The Wii U.
And then I think they're going to talk about... There's been rumors going around about Metroid Prime 4. So I think we're going to hear something about Metroid, and then maybe another old IP that they haven't talked about.
We could mention they did announce that GameCube controller adapter, right?
Yeah,
right.
So now you can just plug it into the Wii U, and you can have 4 GameCube controllers.
Which is basically throwing back to Smash Bros, right?
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think they're probably introducing that because Smash Bros is coming out this year.
And they need Mario Kart 8, by the way, awesome game. They really knocked it out of the park with that, but they're going to need more down the pipeline. And I think this is the E3 where they're going to be like, no more Donkey Kong that we can just rehash. No more of this. I want them to show a Star Fox game, and not the DS one that just butchers the storyline.
Star Fox 64?
No, that was the 3DS.
Yeah.
There was a DS one that I don't know who made it, but completely butchers the storyline.
Or do you mean the original for the GameCube?
No.
Star Fox Adventures?
Yeah. No, that was
really
fun. It's after that. That's when it started to go like the downward spiral of story.
It looked good. My friend had it because I didn't have a GameCube.
I played
it. It was good. Yeah.
That was where you had my friend, he had like a staff or a
scepter
scepter or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
the graphics were really good. I was like the fur.
It was, yeah.
Fur,
fur physics.
Fur physics.
No, I don't know. The fur, I just remember, that's the one thing that stood out to me. Like, wow, it's photorealistic. Graphics can't get any better.
I want them to do like a complete reboot of the franchise. Do like
dark and gritty Star Fox.
I do not care if they just do a remake of the SNES. That would be
Christian
awesome.
Bale to voice Slippy.
Do a barrel roll. But I think they're going to bring out an old IP like Star Fox to kind of ignite that Nintendo fever that they definitely need.
I think, if we already know about Smash Bros. Show off Smash Bros. And like I said, if they have two big,
Zelda.
show us Zelda, show us Metroid Prime.
Yeah,
that two big things. That'll be a solid conference for them.
And maybe Nintendo's done something differently, and they've gotten third-party support. Mm-hmm. I say that with a laugh because it's probably not going to happen.
You can't. Your Wii U is going to be a Nintendo system.
Yeah, because they released a. Was it released from a developer? The Legend of Zelda hardware test video thing.
That was
the remake of Hyrule Temple.
But that was Unreal. That was Unreal, right?
That was Unreal. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was some fan or something. Like
that. They to show off the new Unreal Engine. Someone remade it. Yeah.
But there was talk of new Zelda last year at E3, right?
Yeah, they announced it and they said we have a Zelda for Wii U and it's coming, but they didn't show or talk about
it. And
anything.
we're really hoping it's not Hyrule Warriors.
That was
that was a tech demo
with Goma.
Yeah,
it was Link and Goma fighting.
Yeah. So that's been a year.
Yeah, right? But I think they said this is what we envision it to look like, but it wasn't supposed to be from the actual.
It was a tech. No, but
yeah,
I would.
It looked good though.
This year is really good. Year to,
I don't think Zelda is something that needs that super realistic look to it. I think if they just make it stylized, I'm not saying cel shaded, but it can have a bit of a. Kind of like the Mario games, like Mario Kart 8 and Mario World we're playing. They look really good, but they're not photorealistic.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say that. We were just playing before you guys got here. And
it's a beautiful game.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do, because I didn't like the Skyward style was okay.
It's very bright.
But They were saying they were gonna not make
I was
it.
waiting for you to hit the mic.
They were not. Yeah, they said they were not going to make it super realistic. So that kind of worries me as to what the art direction is going to go to again.
Skyward was like kind of a. It wasn't like Wind Waker, right? But it
was
was
kind of a mix of
Twilight Princess and
yeah.
Wind Waker.
because Twilight went for like a gritty, realistic
It
look,
did.
right? Yeah.
And maybe that's why they didn't want to, because it was. I don't know. I wouldn't say it was gritty. I would just say the color scheme.
Yeah, the color was very
Yeah.
drab. I remember my
Yeah.
friend Adam playing it.
For
It still
Twilight?
had the for Twilight. Yeah, it still had the very.
Yeah,
So
Twilight
good.
was.
It was
fit the
great. I
mood,
loved
yeah.
it. No, it was awesome.
Fit the
But I
mood,
wouldn't
though.
say it was like
Yeah,
gritty.
eye popping or colorful like
Yeah.
Wind Waker.
I would almost want to see the original, a style like the original GameCube Link versus Ganondorf tech demo for the GameCube. I want to see that style.
But yeah,
I don't think that's...
no, but they have to show a trailer off this week.
For Zelda.
They will.
Yeah.
Oh, they will.
And
It's
gonna
been
be
so
50-50
long. Like when was the last Skyward Sword, right?
Yeah.
That was what year? 2011?
Yeah.
We were at Nate still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2010?
Yeah,
Has it been that long ago?
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
while
I think
ago.
so.
Were we at Nate when it came
It
out?
came out at the same time Uncharted 3 and all those
2011
hitters.
was
Yeah.
that. Okay, yeah.
Because it was up for Game of the Year.
That's right.
Okay.
Right. I remember I bought it still in GameCube. Not
But
John, don't die.
Rest in peace, John.
Surprised you're not a coffee mess today.
Yeah, no, I feel a lot better. The mornings and nights are the worst. Like, in a couple hours, I'll probably be out.
what's that?
That's all right.
Sweet.
So maybe, yeah. So Brendan, anything you want to add for the Nintendo conference? What you have a Wii U? So what do you want to make you play a Wii U?
Well, I do want to see more about Smash Brothers. I want to get back.
Yeah.
That'll be if Mario Kart doesn't. It probably won't be in my next Wii game, but I definitely want to see a Zelda game.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Nintendo franchise. I thought a Star Fox or something like that, an old IP would be really cool.
So when you guys say Star Fox, you want like another Star Fox like flying game, or you want like the Star Fox Adventure style, or
You know what?
maybe a mix of both?
Either.
For me, I would like one pure flying style just because
That is the throwback.
that is
Yeah.
the throwback.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think when everyone thinks of the adventures, that they like me, they think that's when it starts
That's what I remember.
dropping the ball. So I really want them to do that, and you're the same, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I remember Star Fox 64 much better than I remember Star Fox Adventures.
And even like when they introduced the tank, that was still good.
Yeah.
So it was like, I don't know. And speaking of Mario Kart, didn't the sales figures of the Wii U jump up like 600%? Because of that?
No, they didn't. Or at least I didn't see the North America figures. I saw the Japan figures.
Yeah.
Mario Kart sold about 325,000, and they sold 19,000 Wii U's that week. So it still wasn't moving very many. I mean,
Okay. I may have missed.
but they've got that bundle out now, so we'll have to wait and see.
That'll help push some numbers for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know if they're going to sell any more than they got. So right now, they're just going to be selling more software content, right?
Yeah, Zelda's the next big thing, but I think at this
It's not gonna
point,
push consoles.
the Wii U's in a situation like the Vita, like it's going to do better than the Vita in the long run.
Yeah.
But neither of them are going to be runaway. They're not going to be a success like their previous. I mean, especially the Wii, because so many owners of the Wii were like just casual.
And they bought it for the one game, and it's collected dust.
Like nothing's ever going to outsell the Wii
No.
again. Like that was some cultural fad that just took over the world.
Yeah.
But they could. I mean, if they just put out like those core Nintendo franchises, it could still be a good system. I think people will buy it, but they need to drop the price again too.
They do, yeah.
Because what is it $250 right now?
No, it's 300 still.
It's still 300.
Is
PS4
Yeah, because they got rid of the basic
is-
version, right, which was $250.
I think PS4 is 450
Uh,
or 350.
PS4
Yeah,
$399 in Canada. It's a bit more, but most of basically it's $400. And I
Yeah.
think,
the Xbox just. Dropped.
I mean, the Wii U, you gotta look at it like a 360 and a PS3,
Yeah,
and it's more expensive than those. Like $199.
It looks much better. Than
Yeah.
those. You do have to look at it. As
$199, I think, is the sweet spot for the Wii U. That's when you'll see a big.
yeah.
If anything's going to move systems, that's that price point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they could get rid of the gamepad. Like, I'm sure that would save them.
It would. It
And
really
I haven't
would.
seen, like, I have a couple games, but Nothing uses it. Like it's just like when I play Mario World. Aside from a couple of rare parts in the level where you have to use it, it's just replicating what you're seeing on the screen, and you can't turn it off. And I'm like, why the fuck am I like? Why did you put this in here when I'm just?
Yeah,
they could do an update where you can shut it off. Hopefully, but I think what they could do is what the Vita does really well with Watch Dogs is the remote play.
Yeah,
and I think that could be kind of like the saving grace with.
Doesn't it have
it does,
play?
yeah.
It does.
Game?
Yeah. It does, but that's what they could just push that rather than having it have a function in the game. Cause,
that's what I like using it for.
Yeah,
their marketing is just lousy for it. Like so many people still don't like
know
Wii
the
U and
difference,
Wii, and like they think it's an
You
add-on.
could almost sell it like its own, like a Super DS. Really,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like
that's what I think. I'm like, oh, this is a sweet, with the analog sticks and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I pretty much just use that to play like
Most games.
Golden Sun, for example. Because it's just a big screen. It's like,
Big
perfect.
Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. So, well, yeah. Nothing else on the Nintendo front for you?
No.
What about you, John?
No, just what we talked about. I'm really interested in seeing new Zelda. I guess see what their unannounced stuff. See what they got hiding in the books there that we haven't seen yet. So
Yeah,
and I don't know.
I'm the least versed in Nintendo out of all you guys because like I haven't even beaten a Zelda game in my life. I beat the Game Boy ones. Like I beat Oracle of Ages or whatever.
Oh, Oracle of Ages and
I
Oracle
haven't
of
played that one.
Seasons.
I wish I did.
That was
I
by
beat one of
Capcom.
those, and the Four Swords. I played through that,
Yeah.
but like none of the core games.
Link's Awakening. Best.
If you haven't
Zelda.
basically played through either Link's Awakening or Ocarina of Time, you should just get off the podcast.
Oh no, you link to the past,
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, in both.
That's the most people
That's-
regard that as the.
That's the best one.
Yeah.
But it's the
Arguable.
best one. It's the best one.
No.
But one of my personal favorites is Link's Awakening because that's just a beautiful game.
And I was gonna say, I didn't own like a GameCube, but my friends did, so I played a lot of shit at their house. And sometimes I just hung out there and I saw them play through entire games. And Metroid Prime is just like I have the collection for my Wii. I just haven't gone through it yet, but the atmosphere in those games is just it's fucking incredible. Watch them play through the whole first one. So that like if they announce a new Metroid Prime with like
That'll be
it looks
awesome.
Modern age.
Maybe
graphics.
that might
yeah,
be
like
the
really
one.
good. That's my. I'd be really excited for that. That and Zelda, of course. Those are the things that I want. So, can hope.
All right.
Good dream.
I don't know how we're doing for time.
We're just gonna wing it.
Yeah. Take a quick.
I'll continue the conversation.
We're at like 16 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So we got another. Yeah. Okay. We'll say 10, 20, 10, 25. So, what, Microsoft or Sony next?
Well, I just want to ask this question because a couple weeks ago, Nintendo was saying that they're already thinking about their next console.
But I mean, to be fair, they always start work on the next console right after.
Right. But do you think they will, like, just...
I know where you're
devil's-
going, and I don't think they will.
I just...
I think it would be a disaster.
It would be. But do you think, because it's Nintendo and their track record's been... Do you think they would bring it up?
No.
Depends on what kind of technology if it is. If they may have some new idea. For all we know, Nintendo could come out... How crazy would it be if there's like, in 3 years, Nintendo will have VR. If they... they're gonna, I'm surprised that they're
pretty
not...
sure Virtual Boy was
Yeah.
Nintendo.
So, because that's been a big topic, and we're going to see more of that at E3. We'll talk about that more. At the,
Sony already announced they're going to have Morpheus at their press conference.
Lawrence Fishburne's going to be at their conference? Yes!
you have to choose either the PS3 or the Xbox.
Yeah, like... If, it's a... Like, Nintendo coming out with a new console, I think would be... It could go well or it could go bad. Like,
It's a disservice to their fans.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing, is they risk pissing off their entire fan base and everyone who bought a Wii U, but at the same time, it would be smart in the sense that they could be like, okay, we fucked up hardware-wise last time. This thing was not as powerful as it needed to be. We're getting killed on the lack of third-party support. Here's a new system. It's close to on par with the PS4 and Xbox One. It's not. Get rid of the Wii name entirely. Name it something new.
The Wii W.
Yeah, or like the, or like what was the like the Wavebird controller? Like call it the Wave Cube or the like.
The Wave.
No, like I don't. Maybe you could harken
mean.
back to something from the past, or like just give it an update. Like give it a brand new name, make it powerful, and be like, we've got all in. Make it modern, like because their online stuff and their ecosystem. Like this is our new console. It uses the same like your 3DS. It's all linked together, like how Sony's got their Vita and PlayStation. Like, but and I think that would get them a lot of new customers, but they piss off their existing ones. So it's just.
I don't think they'll have a new console, but they might talk about a new, like something.
The new direction that they're going to go into.
I wouldn't be surprised to have a new SKU, like a new type of Wii U, like a new model.
Yeah.
Maybe that doesn't come with the gamepad. It's like a even smaller.
That could be a big announcement.
That could be, yeah.
Smaller, cheaper price, no gamepad, just the Pro controller. It's $250 or it's $199, and it's bundled with Mario Kart 8 or Smash Bros. This holiday, and that would sell systems. I think.
Nintendo, are you listening? I know it starts in like 2 days, but this works.
Going down to the downstairs, guys. Can we make a console in 2 days?
Yeah, we got to do this.
Yeah, I was gonna say to your comment, are they gonna bring something like Morpheus to it? Nintendo hasn't really been one to follow the bandwagon.
They do their own
for
thing.
For example, their internet connection thing. Internet.
And when they said originally, they said HD was a fad.
Yeah, so
that's true. They really just. It's actually almost surprising that they're not.
I respect them for it, honestly. Like they're not concerned with what everyone else do. They do whatever the fuck they want, and
I think that completely is different with Microsoft when they first announced the Xbox One, and then heard the backlash because there was backlash and.
You think?
You're just a bit of backlash. And then they pulled back and said, no, it's just going to be someone else.
Well, there's three sides to it, right? Like Nintendo, the last 3-4 years have been really funny because Nintendo struck it with the Wii and really brought about motion sensor gaming, right? So that became a fad. So then Sony and Microsoft followed suit.
Yeah.
And now you have the Xbox One and the PS4, and Sony really saw it was like, okay, that was a fad. So the PS4 really appealed to the core gamers. So yeah, they didn't like do
they're like, this is here if you want it, but we're
Mm-hmm.
not going to make a big deal of it.
So they were really simple, and it just, it's working. And Xbox decided to keep going with it, and like you say, Microsoft is definitely much more of a follower. Sony is just really about being loyal to the gaming community, and Nintendo is really just about innovation. Doing whatever.
I guess we'll use this to transition into the Microsoft part, but I think the thing with Sony is they fucked up so bad with the PS3. Like, that thing was a joke when it launched. The price was so high, there was no games, and then they had the whole hacking, like the PSN went down for a month, and that was like the rock bottom. And then that was like 2009 or 2010, and then they spent the next 3 or 4 years basically kissing ass people. Like, here's free games. They started pumping out huge exclusives. And like it took them a long time to work their way back, and they kind of realize now that they've kind of earned back people's trust. So like that's the core gamers, that's who's coming to us, so that's what we're going to focus on. Yeah. And I think Microsoft, like I like the Kinect, like it's powerful, like it can track your heart rate and stuff. Like it's an amazing piece of technology. But I think there's a battle. Okay, there's a bug in here. Whatever. I think there's a battle. There's a battle going on, like all that DRM and stuff. I don't think that was Xbox. I think that was some Microsoft guys who aren't really gamers saying, we want to do all this stuff and try and make it happen. And then they saw people freak out.
It's just kind of funny because the 360 and the PS3 had two different types of DRM already in their systems. So it was like when this came to light, it was like, well, it's already there. I don't understand why this is now a big deal. And so it just kind of got blown up just because of how the conference went last year. And it snowballed. So,
yeah.
Like the problem with Kinect is that it's not like the Wii where you can have a regular game and patch, like you can add in the Wii controls and replace the game. Like, how can you do that with a game with Kinect? Like, it has to be designed for the Kinect.
And that's it.
And there just wasn't.
That's the problem,
I just think there wasn't enough of those games. Like, there was Dance Central, which was popular, but there wasn't like that like Halo level game where it was like this is a fucking awesome game, and Kinect makes this game like it's an experience like you could never have anywhere else.
Yeah.
And that's what they need to sell that.
And now that they've kind of gone back, and you can see that they were trying to do that. That's why they wanted to include the Kinect, right? Because, like you say, the second you don't, now that they've separated, now devs are like, okay, it doesn't...
It's not in the box. Like, people like me are going to buy, because like I always said, it would be cool if it worked flawlessly, but it sounds like it's better than the first one, but it still doesn't... Like, if I even have to repeat myself once, like, it's just... I can't be bothered. I'd rather just press a button. If it works every time, then maybe I could get into it. But
was it that tweet? I saw the tweet you retweeted. Some guy's like, this is the most Microsoft thing.
Yeah, he's like, I asked it to Bing Halo and it opened Netflix.
Nice.
That was Dan Reichert.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
So, yeah, like that. But yeah, like you said, it's not in the box, so it's just a fact. It's not going to get that support. Harmonix laid off a bunch of people because they were working on Kinect games.
Yeah. Didn't Rare also do that as well?
Yeah, Rare, but Rare's a shadow of their self.
Yeah, that's too bad.
So,
well, speaking of Microsoft, what do you guys think? What are they going to bring to the table?
Halo.
Halo will be there for sure.
Yeah.
We already talked. The Halo Collection's rumored and Halo 5. Like, I seriously think they're going to fucking kill it this year because they've had so many announcements before E3. Like, they must have crazy shit lined up.
Well,
for the conference.
I really want them to do well because it got announced this week. Dead Rising
For PC?
is going to come for PC. Lionhead, yeah, Fable,
Yeah.
Fable,
A new
anniversary.
Fable?
No.
Oh, an anniversary.
The anniversary edition that was Xbox One exclusive coming to PC.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard that.
So it's like a
They're-
lot of exclusives are no longer going to be exclusive, so they have to really own it.
I don't know if it's Phil Spencer who's was recently put in charge of them because he's Xbox. I don't know how much he has to do with PC, but since he came in charge, they're like boom, because there's rumors that the Xbox One controller drivers weren't ever going to come out, and now it's like boom, Xbox One controller drivers for PC. Boom, Dead Rising 3 for PC, Fable Anniversary for PC, kill games for Windows Live because people don't like it. Like, it seems like they're... Because people complain that Microsoft doesn't give a shit about
Windows
PC
Live was pretty much announced shutting down like 2 years ago.
Well, I thought it was just earlier this
Yeah,
year
it was-
that they announced
it was
it
quite a
shutting
while
down.
It was quite a while
Okay.
ago.
It's been the process of getting rid of
It was like right when I
riddance.
bought Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition. It was
Yeah.
like a week later. They're like, by the way.
Okay.
So they're like, we
Yeah, it
will
wasn't
have this
that
fixed.
awful.
So, and then, what else? What do you guys?
What do you think they're going to show, or what do you want to see from Microsoft at E3? Brendan should lead because he's...
I'm the Microsoft guy.
You're the
Well, they're going to be
Xbox.
talking about Sunset Overdrive. They'll see more of that, right?
Yeah. I know everybody's hyped about everything else, but like that... I'm a big Insomniac fanboy because I love Ratchet and Clank and I love the Resistance games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if anything, they know how to make weapons. So, an open world city with just fucking crazy weapons to screw shit up, like... It looks really fun and it looks
like
unique
an
and
open world
colorful.
Borderlands.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I think we'll see another Gears of War.
for sure.
Because that's owned by Microsoft.
Because they bought the IP from
Something
Epic.
teased.
Yeah.
Logo or something.
That'll be a big, exclusive IP that they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
harp on for a while.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if there's gonna be a Halo Anniversary Edition. I would love to see a Halo 2.
Well, it would be
HD.
like the whatever Legendary Edition where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Because that's what it was rumored, right?
That would be sweet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Like you say, and then
So the question is, if they do that, because in Halo Anniversary it was basically Reach multiplayer.
Yeah. It was pretty much Reach skinned.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
right.
So the question is, if they do this collection with 1, 2, 3, 4, is it going to be because the big thing
No,
that's been talked about is Halo 2 Anniversary? If that's the centerpiece of this collection, is it
I
Halo
don't
2
think.
multi?
I doubt it because I think that would just be too.
Like a step
Halo 2
backwards?
has been offline for a while now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just probably that would just be too hard. It's so easy for them to redo maps in the in say Halo 4.
Yeah,
right?
but people still think Halo 3's was the peak of the multiplayer. Like, I know a lot of
2
people
and
aren't
3.
happy with 4.
No, there was definitely. I enjoyed it, but it was definitely Call of Duties.
Call of Duty-ized,
Yeah.
COD-ized, yeah.
It was
Like, everything seems to be these days.
Halo 3 was the purest form. So really excited to see if they show stuff for Halo 5 to see if the multiplayer is a bit of a throwback.
Yeah.
There was, Halo 4 was 343's first take at it. So.
Yeah. And they did a good job.
It was good. Everything. The single player was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it. I thought
we
they
all played
knocked
through it.
that, and I think that was a lot of people's concern is that the story was going to be much weaker.
Yeah.
So hoping 5 will be just as strong. So
It's funny because the story was like the strong point, and it was kind of the multiplayer that people had problems
Yeah.
with. Which,
it's
pretty rare with a first-person shooter.
yeah.
So, but and see if there's any new IPs Microsoft's going to come up with. I don't know what the.
Yeah, I think they need a bit of because that's the one thing that Sony's got. They have their worldwide studios. They have 14 studios that all put out different. And Microsoft, I'm sure they have some first party like Rare and stuff, but Halo and Gears will sell systems. But I think that they need people are going to get tired of those eventually. They need something new.
Well, I think we could see something new from Lionhead. It could happen.
I don't know. They haven't developed a game in a while.
Yeah,
Because when did the last Fable came out? They did. Well, they didn't do that Kinect Fable, did they?
They
No,
did.
didn't.
Oh, okay.
And that's why what's his face left. Phil Molyneux.
Peter Molyneux.
Yeah, Peter Molyneux. That's why he left. So,
Well, I think this is time for an intermission.
an intermission. I'm not going to dance anymore. That's just
Aw.
weird.
Okay.
8 episodes in.
Well, we'll be right back with more talk about Microsoft. So, Sean,
Yes, Jeff.
what will it take to get you really excited about the Xbox One? What do you want to see to you?
Well, I think I've already mentioned it, and Brendan's already mentioned it. Halo 5, the 1, 2, 3, 4
Yeah.
Legendary Anniversary, Omega, Halo Edition, whatever they want to call it.
Last of Us on Xbox One.
Mind blown. How does that work? It's like, we bought Naughty Dog.
I would love to see them announce some new first-party content.
Yeah,
Because they need it.
I agree.
And it's just...
There is, I will say, there's a room, GameSpot, sorry, get GameSpot and GameStop mixed up all the time. GameSpot reported their, I don't know if they reported as a rumor or a fact, that they had heard there would be a major third-party exclusive announced for the Xbox, which was surprising to me because there's not a lot of big third-party exclusives anymore. Like, everything's multi-platform now.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is or what it will be. I know there's been rumors of a new Shenmue game, but
No.
No, Shenmue 3 has been... Phil Spencer even said he wants to make a new one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
No.
it's not going to sell.
I know.
It's not going to push.
I know. Because weren't the other ones on Dreamcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Xbox.
Oh, okay.
It came out for
Yeah. Who developed those?
Sega, the Sonic team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Forget the creators.
Yeah,
name.
it probably won't be...
No.
Okay.
Probably won't be there. But I think if we see some... Like, that's why I was... Before the break, I was like, Lionhead, maybe. They'll have something.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they're doing the port to PC.
But probably not. A lot of companies don't do their own ports.
Yeah,
Because
so-
they have better things to do.
Are they third party? Are they
Lionhead?
First?
No, they were
Or they're
owned
their own.
by Microsoft for the first tables.
They've never put anything other than PC and Xbox. I'm
Yeah.
sure they're first party.
Yeah, so we announcement of something, hopefully not Fable 4, something different.
Yeah.
I think they've kind of run that, especially
I never
with
got
the,
into Fable, but it sounds like people have kind of burnt out. Like, I know Fable
The
3
first-
didn't do that well.
The first Fable was amazing.
It was really good.
Really short.
Really short. Too short.
I just want to say, I don't know if everybody remembers the first Fable. Peter Molyneux promised this, and people got this. And it sounds like it was a really good game, but I just remember people being very disappointed because he described it like, it's a world where you can go anywhere and you can be anything and do anything, and it just ended up being a pretty linear, like a really good RPG, but it was very...
Yeah,
and then
so
it
it's
just
very
kept getting
underwhelming.
muddled every single sequel that they did. And I mean, they have that exclusive for Fable. It's the 5-person game where one's the bad guy who looks overhead.
Sure.
They announced it last year.
Okay.
So they have that, but I want them to do something else other than Fable.
They're talented. Like
They're
I'm
very
sure
talented.
it'd be cool to see. Yeah.
So I'm expecting something from them. So
You're expecting something other than Fable, or just something in general?
something in general, but
Yeah.
I'm really hoping it's not Fable 4.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Because especially after the third one.
Third one was very, very lackluster.
Yeah, because we played that, and it
Yeah.
was just like, what the hell is this?
That was the one for 360.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's my 2 cents on Microsoft.
John, you're a big Xbox fan.
The biggest. I would say to that rumor you were talking about, I was going to say maybe they bought an exclusive again from BioWare for Mass Effect.
People were talking about that, and the thing
been
is,
around in the
I don't think it'd be possible to buy it now, but I'm thinking they might have done what they did with Titanfall. I mean, if they've been working on the new Mass Effect for a while, they could have bought it before the launch of these consoles, and I'm sure all the developers were, based on the 360 success, they were not expecting, there'd be twice as many PS4s out there as Xbox Ones.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, like, if they go out now, I think it'd be very tough for Microsoft to buy an exclusive, but if they had bought it before the consoles launched, I wouldn't say it's impossible for them to have a deal with, because, I mean, Ubisoft is in bed with Sony, and EA is in bed with Microsoft.
Well,
that's how it's been
BioWare-
recently.
Up until Mass Effect 2, BioWare was in the same boat with Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, to go back, I don't see it not that large of a jump for them to do that.
I mean, they've been talking about a new Mass Effect game since the last E3. So maybe
They're really busy working on Dragon Age, though. And that game looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm so happy that Inquisition looks like it's going to be a fucking amazing game.
Yeah, so...
And,
Yeah, I gotta finish the first one. I gotta replay that. And just
You can play the first one. Have fun playing the second one.
No, I really
just
don't want
play
to.
the main story.
Yeah.
The second one.
Get
And beat
through
the game
it
in
as
like 8
fast
hours,
as you
and just.
I heard it's not like a terrible game. It's just compared to the first one.
Yeah.
It's just
I guess
It
maybe
is.
that's what it is.
Yeah, the
maybe if
first
I were to
one was
play
so
it
good.
solo, it was not. Yeah,
Yeah.
such a letdown from the
Yeah.
first one for sure.
Especially, like, it was within the first it was within the first half hour. I'm sitting there and I'm looking in this cave, and I'm like, this is the same cave. Because it goes through different times of this person's life.
Mm-hmm.
So you, like, walk into this cave, and it's like...
It was just such a horrible. How quickly it was evident that they're reusing.
They rehashing,
maps.
yeah. And all they did was they put, like, a slab in front of a door that you'd go through, but you can still see the archway, and I'm like...
It was.
This
yeah.
is
kind of
not
a rush
right.
effort.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's.
well,
So it was just kind of funny, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is not going to be fun. And then that Felicia Day DLC. It's so bad.
For the second one?
Yeah, for the second
I
one.
don't remember there. I don't
She
think
was
I
a
played
character, and they were building this up. And she...
kind of like how Jessica Chobot was in Mass Effect 2.
Kind of.
What,
But this was like a whole
Or 3,
DLC
sorry, yeah.
around Felicia Day's character.
Oh.
And they, like, had, like, these webisodes, and there's a comic, and it's like, dig, and then you get there, and you're like, this is fucking stupid.
I don't recall. I don't remember. I don't think
I
remember
bought the
what
DLC, and I was like,
There was no expansion for the second one, right?
no, there was no expansion, just DLC. Because I think
The first one had an expansion.
Origins is pretty much the last game minus Diablo 3 in their new expansion. But Origins was like the last one that had to have an expansion pack.
Yes, like an actual origin
Yeah.
or awakening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything else
That
is now just
it provided
DLC.
like another 30 solid hours.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And that's something you have to play.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I will say to what John said, if there was a Mass Effect exclusive to Xbox, like,
That'd be huge.
fucking day one, because Sean and I have played that. That's one of the only games. I played all 3 Mass Effect games. I did every single quest. I have 150 hours in that universe.
Yeah.
One of my favorite franchises of all time. And see what people will about the third one. I fucking love the third game, too.
No,
I still think the second one's the best.
Oh, yeah. Second one's the best by far.
Yeah. But third one is really good, still.
Yeah, they don't have to show anything. They just have to.
They
show
just have to
teaser.
put, like, BioWare, Microsoft. And I'm
Show
like,
side of a
take
planet.
Just take my wallet and throw it at them.
Show
I was
it
trying
a
not to hit
clip.
I
the...
know. You almost did, though. But yeah, I mean, that's all they really have to do. And I think we'll talk a little bit more about third parties after. But
What was I going to say about Xbox? That would really.
Perfect Dark 1,
Oh
because
my
0 was
God.
the last one that they did, right?
It'd be sweet.
Just
I
let
would-
Perfect
you know
Dark
what?
rest.
It'd be sweet to see a Perfect Dark reboot.
There you go.
Yeah, I would. Or even not even like not a redoing of but just like bring back Joanna Dark and just kind of go back to what made the first one good.
What it would be so easy to do a prequel. It blows my mind that they talked about it so much in the original game. There's all this other shit that happens before.
I don't remember the story well, but I remember there's the whole alien thing and all that. And
yeah,
yeah.
And the second one, because it was a sequel, it just got even further off track.
Reboot where he plays Elvis. That was the alien's name, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Elvis. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
So,
Just kidding. That'd be terrible. No, I agree. That'd be Perfect Dark.
Because that was rare.
It was, but I mean, is it? I'm sure all those people are long gone.
But I mean, we could think about that with any.
I know.
Game developer. So it's
just
like,
the name. Just don't. Yeah. Whoever did the second. Well, I think Rare did Perfect Dark Zero.
Yeah.
It wasn't like. It wasn't a terrible game. It was just not. It was not Perfect Dark.
I remember really enjoying it.
Yeah.
And I thought the online at the time was really.
Yeah,
cool.
it was. It was just.
But yeah, the story was not Perfect Dark.
No, it was. It was like this is it's a good game and it's a good shooter. It's not Perfect Dark.
Didn't it look like a PS2 game?
No, the graphics were good at the time. I was like, wow,
really
this
good.
is Really?
Okay.
But they changed Joanna. Like it didn't look like Joanna. They changed her appearance and everything.
Yeah, it was.
They tried to make her Xbox
Sexier.
360.
Yeah.
And it didn't turn out well.
They Tomb Raidered Joanna.
Nice.
They went through so many phases.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mass Effect would get you excited about Xbox, John?
Yeah, I think that'd be exciting news to hear from them. Yeah, definitely Shenmue, like you said, but I highly doubt that would be something they would announce or do. That's kind of
Yeah, I know.
I don't know, a dream that will never be achieved.
Yeah.
Like the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah.
Will never be a
I
thing.
still believe.
No,
I still believe.
Speaking of that, every few years they'll talk to the guy or to the director,
Which I don't get.
and he'll be like, "Will you do it?" At
He's like-
first, it's
he never
like
says no.
adamant. At first, about 5 years ago, he was like, "We're never going to do it." A couple of years later, he's like, "If we sell something better than Final Fantasy VII, we'll do it." And then this year,
He said, I want to do it, but it would be like the biggest project of my life, and it would require my full attention, and like it would basically, I would have to put everything into it,
and you would need a big team to do it.
Yeah.
And so every single time, it's getting closer. So we'll bug them. We'll bug them a
That
little
sounds
more.
so funny. It's weird to say that because why? I mean, you don't need a storyboard. Like the story is there.
I think
it's
it's
already made.
Because they still do stuff. Like they still do stuff for FF7 though. Because it was kind of weird. I was just surfing online. I found this video. Have you guys seen Advent Children?
Yeah.
So you remember that kid?
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Dante,
I think that's what his name
the
was.
boy with the
They just put out a short a little while ago, like an anime short, about his story, just out of nowhere.
So they're still exploring that world.
Yeah. So it was just kind of, I was just sitting there, I was like, what's this? And I clicked on it, and it was just his story until he meets Cloud. And you're just like, what? And this was like maybe a month ago?
Well, they went crazy for a while.
Yeah.
They had Dirge of Cerberus for PS2, the Vincent shooter. They had Crisis Core for the PSP. They had Before Crisis on mobile phones.
My favorite PSP game.
I know, and I'm mad because I bought my PSP Go, and I was like, going to play Crisis Core, and it never released digitally, and the Go only played digital games.
And it's still not digital.
And it's still not fucking digital. Sony, fuck.
They just
Maybe that's their big
discontinued the PSP. But fuck.
Yeah.
That's their big announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like the... What was I going to say? Oh, I guess we're talking about Final Fantasy. I was still going to talk about Xbox, but...
No, we can go back. I
think
we're
we're
talking about like Shenmue.
Yeah.
Is The Witcher 3 multi-platform? Is it coming out? Because it was only PC exclusive for the first two, correct?
No,
but they did release the second one on 360
Yep.
and PS3, or no PS3?
No PS3.
Just 360.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
But
maybe
this
that could be
time around, it's multi-platform.
It's all
Yeah.
at the same time. And they put out a new trailer, and I was like...
The game looks awesome.
Oh, yeah. Those are games I know I'll like if I get into them. It's just the time commitment is a big thing.
Yeah.
Learning curve. I hear that they're not easy
I'm
games to
gonna
learn.
go home, buy a energy drink. I almost called it like a power drink for some
You're going to
reason.
buy an energy drink.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking start Witcher 1.
That's probably why I haven't played any of them, because I was like,
They're
I heard so many good things about it, but
Yeah.
how come I didn't play it?
Well, you need a pretty powerful PC to run them too, though.
Yeah, no, like because I was
I will
saying
play
it
the
wasn't
first
on the
two.
PS3.
Right.
On
Okay.
my computer, it'll happen. I have them. I bought them.
Yeah, me too.
I think to buy an Xbox, I need exclusives, and I think like we're in the age now, like I said, where there's so few third-party exclusives. Like everything's multi-platform. Now that they've basically dropped the Kinect, it's the Xbox and the PS4 are very comparable devices.
Yeah.
Assuming they figure out the performance problems, which I think they're getting closer. I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just going to be like these games are available on both. So what do you have that the other one doesn't?
Yeah.
And I know I'll get an Xbox One. It's just I bought a 360 3 times and sold it because every time I just didn't think it through, and I just bought it. Like there was games on it, but everything was multi-platform, and it was just like I have Halo and Gears, and they were both good. Like I played Halo 4 and Halo Anniversary. Gears of War couldn't really get into.
Yeah.
But there just wasn't anything else really to play on it. On my PS3, I had like Heavy Rain and Killzone and Uncharted, and like there was all these like stacks of right there. Like that whole stack pretty much is exclusive games and like the JRPGs. I'm a big RPG guy, and there wasn't much of that on Xbox. That's one thing I'd love to see on Xbox One, but I know it won't happen. At least not Japanese RPGs, because
a lot of the Tales games came out on the 360.
Initially,
Did they?
but now
Yeah.
they
Now they're all multi-platform.
Only
I'm
two
just
of them.
surprised because they don't sell like Xbox isn't even out on Japan. Like they don't sell there.
I think it was
Well,
when they were
that's
doing
why.
the push.
Yeah.
And then it didn't go well.
Oh.
Like Tales of Vesperia? I'm pronouncing that
Yeah,
one wrong.
Tales of Vesperia.
That was a 360
and-
exclusive for a while.
Yeah, it still
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Or even
And-
Western RPGs like Dragon's Dogma. Like just
Yeah.
like give me some RPGs on the Xbox. That's one thing I really want to see.
Or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'm not going to buy one this time until there's like a good chunk of
solid
things that I
lineup,
know I really want to play. I don't want to buy it and let it sit there again.
They need to not make the same mistake to games like Titanfall and not put that on PC somehow. Because I think that those are games that I wanted to buy an Xbox One to play Titanfall.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
like, what are you talking about?
Well-
Oh, yeah, now I make
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, exactly, right? If I can play it on my PC and it runs like basically better
Yeah.
because we have gaming PCs, it's like what? And you have an Xbox One controller for your PC.
So, yeah, there's
what-
literally no point.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's good for PC gamers, but yeah, like if they're trying to make a case to have the Xbox One, they got to find a balance,
Yeah.
Yeah, and considering that game specifically was supposed to be
The big Xbox One. Yeah.
released right now. That was one of the games at launch was like you had Rise,
Killer
right,
Instinct for fighting game people.
right,
Yeah.
Forza.
Forza, Dead Rising.
and then Titanfall.
Yeah.
Titanfall was the big one, and when everyone saw it, it was like, "Holy fuck, this looks awesome!" Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely hurt them a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know many people playing Titanfall on Xbox One.
There was some news a while ago. There was actually this was the PC one. There was so few people playing Capture the Flag in one of their modes. They removed them
removed it, yeah.
from the game, and people got fucking pissed because there was people who were like, "I was playing these, and you just took out game modes from a game I paid for."
Yeah.
But the fact that even any of the game modes, there wasn't enough players. Like people weren't able to find a match.
Yeah.
It was one of those things that I had a lot of players initially, and it sold reasonably. Like it did over 1 million copies, but
I bought it. Bought a season pass for it.
Yeah.
I've maybe played an hour.
Smart.
Yep.
I mean, maybe there'll be DLC that'll resurrect it. I still think it's a good foundation. I think a Titanfall 2 will do really well. I think they'll learn from their mistakes, but I don't think it's the runaway. They wanted it to be the next COD, and I don't think it's ever gonna be that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is too bad because I loved what they did. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's a pure. This is like what a first-person shooter should be.
Yeah, and I think-
multiplayer. Give a bunch of maps.
I also think it was overpriced for the content. There was like 5 game modes, and there wasn't a ton of no single player. Like $60. Well, in Canada now 70. I'm not saying it's not. There's other games out there that are just, but I still think like it's more like it would have been marketed better as like kind of like a $40.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah, but
still
that's
bought a
not
season
the way
pass.
the developers look at it. That
Yeah,
way,
I know,
right?
I know.
That's Respawn's first game. Was not. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
we'll see how they do.
I was going to say, too, that it didn't help that, like you said, came out for PC. They also put it on for 360.
yeah. The
Yeah.
360
Day
one for
one-
sure
yeah.
killed them because I think
That was
there's
like a month
no
later.
incentive to
And, yeah.
upgrade. And they're like, oh, it's coming off for 360.
part of the reason I think the PS4 sold so well compared to the one is the audience. The PlayStation does have more of that core gamer audience that are maybe going to go out and buy consoles at launch. Xbox has a lot of the more casual market. It doesn't mean they're not going to upgrade, but I think they're in less of a rush to go out and guess the next big gaming system. They're not as concerned about better graphics. They're just like, I got a 360. I can play Titanfall on it. Like, it plays well enough. Like, why do I need to go right out and get a one?
There's the games that are the multi-platform games. Sure, I can understand that. Watch Dogs, okay, I can understand that being on 360.
But your first-party games, like, those need to be on Xbox One only.
Yeah, that's it. And then that's,
Because, like, what Sony did, Infamous, PS4 only. Killzone, PS4 only.
Yeah.
Uncharted, it's going to be PS4 only. Like, Microsoft needs to get on that as well.
Yeah, we got to get away from
even Forza Horizon 2, which I'm actually really fucking excited about. Before I got rid of my 360, I was really on the fence about buying Forza Horizon because it's like that perfect mix. Like, I have my Gran Turismo for my sim, but I like kind of that slightly more arcadey open world thing. And Forza Horizon, like, it was supposed to be really good. So, but Forza Horizon 2, it's coming out on 360 as well.
Is Forza Horizon the latest one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
They just announced 2 on Monday.
Yeah.
The main Forza is like their Gran Turismo, like it's more of a sim, track-based racing.
Oh, okay.
Forza Horizon is more like a Need for Speed, like it's a big open world where you can like race around the country and you kind of just drive around different areas, and then there's like you come up on random objectives and races. It looks really good, and I'm like a racing game guy, so that's something I'll be excited about as well. So,
yeah.
So,
anything else from Microsoft, or shall we move on to Sony as they're being called, because everything is coming soon, but not out because everything gets delayed. Delay station.
Delays are good.
PlayStation.
Delays are good.
I agree.
To a certain extent.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Depends how many.
Yeah.
A delay is okay. Not 14 delays.
10.
Sony coming up. Sony.
The big SONY.
That is how you spell Sony. You got a
Sun
gold
Y.
star.
Woo! Sun Y.
Make
That's
little
a gold trophy.
Oh, shit. John, do you want to start?
Sony?
E3, Sony.
Sony E3.
What do you think will be there? What do you want to see?
I think the obvious things are going to be there, like your Uncharted and.
Do you think they're going to show
The
gameplay
Order.
for Uncharted?
They'll have to. They can't just show another.
Yeah.
They can't show another.
Especially
map.
with all the trouble the game, and I think they like replaced the directors or whatever. But I still don't. Like, I'm not convinced that they recreated the entire game. I think they made some changes, but there's probably a section of the game that isn't changed that they can just cut out. And here's 10 or 15 minutes of gameplay like they did with The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, yeah, for sure.
I think we'll see gameplay as well.
Yeah, definitely trailer from Naughty Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Last of Us 2.
Yeah, they're gonna announce.
Yeah,
you know,
the
Last
game
of Us.
that they said that they're working on, maybe we'll see a purely CG.
For which?
I don't know.
Naughty
I
Dog
don't
or
think
Naughty
so.
Dog?
They
No?
said they just started. Like, it's not even in the.
I'm guessing they probably have like, I mean, most of them are working on Uncharted or The Last of Us Remastered. They probably have a small team that's just like
The
has
concept.
basically a
Okay.
whiteboard with writing down ideas and
Yeah.
maybe some concept art. I
so.
don't think they'll move on to that. Once they finish Last of Us Remastered, they might move some people onto it.
Okay.
It could be Last of Us 2 even. They said it's a new project on the scale of Uncharted, but they didn't say they didn't specifically say like it's a new IP. So I kind of hope I'd like to see them do
Last of Us
something
2?
new.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Because when they did Last of Us, I was like, man, I really would have liked another Uncharted, but it's cool to see them. And then The Last of Us was so fucking good that now I'm like, God, I want Last of Us 2, but like they did so good jumping from Uncharted to Last of Us. Like, what else could they do?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
To top that out. Yeah. I guess, the rumored game, Project Beast.
Oh,
I thought you were going to talk about the other one,
The other one?
The Last Guardian. It's going to be there.
it's gonna be there.
Yeah.
5 years and counting.
A lot of people think it's about time that Last Guardian should be announced or
Shown
should
again.
see
It's just,
something
it has, like,
for
it must still exist because they don't have a problem.
They cancel games, yeah.
Yeah, like, I heard it. They, like, the Sony Santa Monica one, Stig's game, they canceled it and he quit and they let off a bunch of people because it just wasn't panning out. So they keep saying it's in development. It must fucking be there.
Must be there, yeah.
Is that the sequel to Ico?
No, it's the next
More like the
game
spiritual
from...
Yeah, the same
Okay,
team.
okay.
They haven't put out a game since Shadow of the Colossus, 2005. 9 fucking years, and they haven't put out a single game.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're still around, or they
Yeah.
they haven't just put it to the
So
executioner.
Yeah. I think it's just going to be like, here it is.
Yeah,
I think if they show
that'll
it,
be huge.
I think they're waiting so long because they announced it too early last time, and it took so long. I think they're waiting until they can say like it's out this year.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that's what we see. If they show it, and they'd be like, because they don't have much this year now that the order got delayed. All they have is Drive Club and The Last of Us. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping they'll say, boom, Last Guardian, Christmas.
Yeah,
Mic
are
drop.
they going to show more?
Mic drop.
Destiny?
Deep down somewhere in this year.
God,
I
who
forgot
knows?
about that game.
I'm not. When they said free to play, I kind of lost hope.
Oh,
for
really?
It. Yeah,
For some reason, the trailers always pull me back in.
it looks good.
Yeah.
It's just I can't think of like a free to play game that really gave me that. You know, they just never quite feel like a
I
full.
don't know. Capcom really swung me back into their team with Dragon's Dogma.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and I was telling you this before. To me, if it turns out that it's like a spiritual successor to Dragon's Dogma, I mean,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
and it's free to play,
Yeah.
I'm there. And I've been saying that since the beginning.
I was watching gameplay for Deep Down, and frankly, it was just uninteresting. I don't know if it was just too
That's-
early or
I agree.
if they didn't have all the mechanics there, but the gameplay looked boring and dull.
Well, it's not.
And
I
people
think
were
it's not.
comparing it to Dark Souls. I'm like, it's not Dark Souls at all.
No,
It didn't.
I agree. It did nothing for me, and it doesn't look anything like Dragon's Dogma from what I saw, which is why I'm like, I'm not banking on
But they've
that.
delayed it so much, so maybe they've changed it.
I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see.
My hype level's at 0 for that. Yeah, you mentioned
Hype
Project
level down.
Project Beast as well.
Yeah, Project Beast. I'm really interested to see if that's an actual game. I'm kind of afraid that somebody.
Oh no, it is. We've seen you
Yeah.
saw the video. Like it has.
It's
It's
I
not
don't know.
fake.
Somebody's really good at making fakes, and it happened before.
Maybe it's
Like with-
video and it's
Oh.
actually like a weird Metal Gear Solid.
With like,
God damn it.
Yeah.
like for example, Fallout. Like I think that was
But-
wasn't that last year or 2 years ago with the tease of the new Fallout.
If it's
and the
fake,
announcement?
why would they not come out and say it's fake?
Yeah.
They've just not been commenting on it. It doesn't make any sense. They always
No, isn't that their kind of their MO? They always say.
usually
come
if
on,
something's
really.
fake, they deny it. If it's true, they just say they don't comment.
Oh,
I've seen
okay.
them deny fake stuff before and be like, "That's false."
Yeah.
Didn't they?
Because what do they have to gain from not denying it? Like
Well, then
people are
from-
going to get themselves hyped up. Like they should kill it if it's not real.
Yeah.
So
From
No, I
Software
didn't know.
said they're working on a next gen title, right?
well, because the director of Dark Souls left, he didn't do Dark Souls 2, and people, if you look at the credits for people who worked on Dark Souls 1, many of them are missing from Dark Souls 2. Most people think that it was like kind of their second team that did Dark Souls 2, while their main team was working on something else.
Yeah, that's what we're hearing a lot.
Yeah.
Which
So-
would make sense. This could be a spiritual successor to Demon
Yeah.
Souls.
And like, yeah,
Not
I mean,
a Demon Souls 2 per se.
Oh, okay. I was going to be
Maybe.
like, but that's what Dark Souls was.
Well, yeah, I guess.
yeah.
I want to jump in because I fell off the Dark Souls wagon, as you all know.
Yes.
Yes, you've
And I
jumped.
just want to talk a bit about that.
What about
Okay.
it?
What about it? That you're,
Like-
that you're a failure in our eyes?
Yeah, okay.
No,
Anything-
No, go ahead. I'm just messing with you.
Like I put like Demon Souls. I mean, I didn't beat that until you guys helped me, but I put well over 100 hours into that, and my own file by myself had 60 or 70 hours. Like I just didn't get very far because I wasn't very good at it.
Right.
But like that game sucked me in. And then I played Dark Souls with you guys, and it was fun. Like it was really good as well. I think it was just as good, but I think I get burned out on games like I did with Borderlands, and I think maybe that's what happened with that, because Dark Souls 2 was a perfectly fine game, and I had fun playing with you guys, but I had no desire to go back. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have a desire to pick it back up
So
and
I think
play.
it's only a problem for you.
I think.
No, I know but I also want to say that even Dark Souls, I played through half of Dark Souls. Like I got a good taste of it. I still think I liked Demon Souls better overall. Like, I think Dark Souls did a lot of things better, but the world and like the atmosphere I got from Demon Souls,
I can agree with you to an extent.
like I like the continuous world better than the hub with the different levels. But if they could take those levels in Demon Souls and make that a continuous world, I don't know. I just liked. Maybe it was because it was the first time I experienced it.
Yeah.
I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
It's just the first time, and then Dark Souls, you've gone through it already if you've played Demon Souls.
And then I just got used to playing Dark Souls on the PC, and then I played Dark Souls 2 on my PS3, and like, I know you guys aren't big graphics, but like the frame rate and the graphics just, I don't know, it felt kind of choppy and drab, and...
Well, that's because with Dark Souls on the PC, we gave you a mod that was like 60 frames all the time.
I know, it was the DS fix, because the port was crap.
Yeah.
But like Project Beast, like there's a shotgun in the trailer. If it's next gen only, like really good graphics, like better frame rate, like that's...
I just think that we're at the installment, Dark Souls was how many years after Demon Souls? 3? 4?
No,
It wasn't a couple
years.
hundred, or was it only a few years? No, they don't even take place in the same universe, do they?
No.
I thought you meant like when
No.
they made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was like a couple hundred. I'm
Sorry,
like,
I was-
whoa.
Oh, when they made it, no, it was a couple of years.
Demon
'cause
Souls, we were at Nate when it came out.
That's right.
Because I remember you
2010.
talking about it. And
I think
picked it up on a
2009.
whim.
2009,
Yeah.
2010, right?
Yeah.
And then
Dark Souls
came out.
2011.
Yeah, 2011.
Okay, so that's 2 years between games. That's a fairly decent gap. I mean, only two. I don't know. They're different, but I wouldn't say it was enough to get sick of it, especially not at that point.
No, and I'm not saying. I'm just saying I put 100 something hours into Demon Souls. I have 50 hours or 60 hours in Dark Souls, even though I'm only halfway through.
Yeah.
That's that's like 150. Like even any game, most games I get burnt out on that way sooner. Like Dragon Age, I have 30 hours and I never finish it. Like it's very rare for games to hold my attention for that long.
I guess just due to the nature because they require so many hours.
Yeah, that's the thing, and like that was the other thing with Dark Souls 2. I'm sure I'm going to buy it when it's on a Steam sale. It's just I've got lots of other games right now that I can beat, and I just don't feel like spending 60 or 70 hours focusing on that one game. It's just maybe that's just my style.
I don't know. I'm at the point right now when I look at Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2. I'm leaning more towards Dark Souls, that I like a little bit more. But this week it was announced 3 pieces of DLC for Dark Souls 2 are coming out. Mm-hmm. And those are probably going to win me over. Because the big thing that I like about the Dark Souls game was the DLC. Gave a bunch of new
I think it's just
spells,
because Demon Souls was, they weren't sure how it was going to do, right?
With my characters, though, I like Demon Souls better than Dark Souls. Up to this date. Because Demon Souls, the pyromancy was part of sorcery. So I had much more to learn. So, I mean, like... I like when they put new spells in the game because it's like
it's tough. It's a tough comparison. It's a different atmosphere feel. That's really the only difference. The game mechanics kind of the same. It's just updated. That stuff.
Yeah, and that's why I think you'll get different opinions because atmosphere. Some people will like one better than the other. It doesn't mean
I
that
think
it's
overall, Dark Souls is, as the name, a little bit darker feel. If that makes any sense. There were some
Really?
light areas
Oh,
in
okay.
Demon Souls, like. Boletaria is there's a lot of light. There's a lot of like.
Oh,
I don't know.
so you mean like aesthetically?
Yeah, I think it's just
Yeah.
a slightly lighter feel to Demon Souls.
What about Orlando in Dark Souls? When
That's
you get
true.
picked up and it's like
It's a
bright
castle.
light.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
Yeah, I actually felt the color palette was kind of more vibrant in Dark Souls.
I guess in some areas it is, and
Yeah.
it isn't. It's like, there's areas where in Demon Souls was it what's it called? The Undead
Vial of Defilement.
Valley
Fuck
of
that
Defilements.
place.
That's the
Fuck
thing
man.
where there's
Dark
like
Souls,
shit
it's
raining on
Blight
you
Tower.
all the time.
Yeah,
That was a depressing.
those are depressing.
Remember Latria,
stages.
John? Never forget.
Latria was another.
Latria the mage with the piece
Oh my
of bread
God.
as her wand. That's the first thing I noticed, and like I talked to
Really?
all of you, and you're like, "Wait, she has bread in her hand?"
Actually, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Really?
She's like sitting there with one of her arms. She has like this loaf of bread in her hand, and I'm like, "That's the first thing I noticed."
Baguette.
Baguette. But
Really?
none of you noticed it.
The Witch
did
in the
you?
Tower?
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, that's
How
so
is it-
weird.
I guess we should get back on track.
We should probably get back on
Yeah.
track.
Anyway, the point I wanted to make
Yeah.
about those games is that 3 games now. They've had 3 games, and gameplay wise, they're all very identical. So I think now they're at a point where they mentioned the shotgun and stuff. Maybe they're going to go for a more medieval stage. Maybe they'll bring in something cool like
horses,
wolf enemy type thing. That kind of
Yeah, I think they need to spice it up a
vampire
bit.
type thing. Who knows?
Not like just enemy wise, but maybe the mechanics too.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll have something else.
It's always tough with that because you have such a devoted following for your games, and you don't want to betray them. Like you want it to still remain what it was before, but you need to, you don't want to. If you change it too much, then it's not a Souls game anymore.
Yeah, so I think this might just add different elements to it, and that's kind of what I'm hoping for.
But yeah, if they do that, like gameplay changes, next gen, like that's enough to get me, I think, like really excited about it. So
yeah, because if they don't, I think fourth time people will be like, okay, now it's really just another Dark Souls.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Because I mean, when you make the same game, it comes to a point where you've refined it so much that there's not much more you can do until you add more.
3 is pretty much the limit, right? And
yeah.
You see that Uncharted, Uncharted 4 will probably be very similar in that regard. Mass Effect 3, right? And then it finally hits that point, like, okay, we do something different now.
That's actually a good comparison because Uncharted, both those series, Uncharted 1 to 2,
like huge change.
Huge change. Like I went back and played Uncharted 1 after playing the other ones, and I was like, wow, this actually isn't that
you can't
great.
even play it anymore.
It's okay, but it's not. And same with Mass Effect 1, like the inventory system and the combat in it. Once you play 2, it's like, and then the third one just kind of refined that. And I think that.
Yeah, and you see that, and Halo is a good example of the fourth game being quite different.
Gears of War.
Well,
Gears of War and God of War. They did a God of War Ascension and Gears of War Judgment, and both of them
are very different.
Yeah, and they just weren't as well received because people were kind of just like, okay,
you get used to it.
It's the same. Like it's more God of War. It's more Gears of War.
So, maybe they'll have an actual gameplay trailer at E3. And I mean, if it's based on any of the footage we saw, if it's real, maybe there could be a trailer.
Better game trailer.
Speaking of those, Cory Barlog is back with Sony Santa Monica. He was the director for God of War 2, and if you watch the God of War 3, they have like a behind the scenes making of. He left right at the beginning, and that's where Stig took over. Yeah. He did God of War 3, and he was the one. He was working on a new game that got canceled with the Battlestar Galactica writer.
Right.
So Cory Barlog is back. Everyone assumes he's doing God of War 4. And that's another thing where I'm like, I love the God of War. Like I played 1, 2, and 3. I love that series, but it needs to change because it's the same thing now.
Hack and slash.
And they can do that, but it needs, like, maybe you go a different setting. They did the whole Greek gods.
Yeah.
Maybe you do, like, Norse mythology. Or something like Egyptian stuff. Like, you need to just change. You need a new character. You need to change the setting.
I don't think people will do Norse gods because Too Human, which was a great game for 360, was all Norse mythology. Okay. And it just tanked.
Well,
and I love that game. And it was just like they were gonna do DLC. They had like an online store.
Oh, I know.
And it just Silicon just said nope. And Silicon Knights did it.
Yeah.
And they said, yeah, we can't do this, and they just dropped the ball. So I think they're not going to go anywhere near Norse mythology on that one.
So, but I mean, Sony Santa Monica is working on something for PS4, and I'm pretty sure it's God of War 4. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it there because God of War 3 came out in 2010. Well, I guess they put out Ascension, but they might have had 2 teams.
They might, yeah.
So,
well, what do you think Guerrilla's going to do?
Well, this is confirmed. They hired the writer of New Vegas.
Okay.
Specifically on their job listing, they were looking for someone with experience writing open world narrative in RPGs. So they're doing an open world RPG, which is exciting. They're branching out from Killzone.
Yeah.
And it's good that they hired the writer because their gameplay has always been really good, but their story is always kind of... It's never been bad, but it just gets you through.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We still got to try out the
Insurgent expansion for Killzone?
Yeah.
That and the co-op.
Isn't that the co-op?
Yeah, that's the co-op.
Yeah.
Then yes.
Okay.
Simple.
I read a rumor that it's kind of... really... What the fuck was it? The rumor said that you play... it's a female protagonist, and there's something about like robotic dinosaurs.
Nice,
but it's like an exotic jungle, or this could be total crap. So I'm just don't put any stock in
Dino
this. But
Crisis.
Open world RPG is what they're doing. So I think it'll be cool, but I think it's probably a ways away. They just shipped Killzone Shadowfall last fall.
That's true.
Yeah,
So I don't.
I would be interested. Don't they have 2 studios in Gorilla?
They do, but the other one isn't. This is the main one doing the new IP. There are other Cambridge. I don't know what they're doing after Mercenaries.
Oh, right.
So
No, I think we already know that Media Molecule's not going to be there.
that's the thing, because Guerrilla also said they're not going to be there showing their IP. But do you remember what David Jaffe did?
He just showed.
He said
up in
that
the
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, I'm not working on Twisted Metal. I'm not going to be there. And then they go on E3 and they're like, and here's David Jaffe. And he's like, yeah, I'm making a new Twisted Metal. You fucking lied right to our faces. Because there was like an interview where you're like, no, I'm not working
I
on that.
think that they're not. Well, since they're not going to be there,
Yeah.
but they're going to have a video in that conference where it's like,
I have a feeling Media Molecule is working on something for Morpheus. Because they seem like the type of studio.
obviously,
Do
yeah,
something creative. And
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're just.
Because they were working on something with the Move last E3. Because remember they were showing that demo.
Yeah.
I think that was more of
It was a tech
concept.
demo.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
tech demo showing what it could do.
But they patched in Move support a Little Big Planet 2. They were big on that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If they made something for Morpheus, it could be cool.
Yeah.
I'm expecting the other showings to be more exciting than Sony's. I think we'll get a lot of what we've already seen. You'll get Uncharted, which is exciting because you'll hopefully get to see gameplay, but you already know about it. The Last of Us Remastered, it's going to be a big thing. A lot of PS4 owners didn't have a PS3. There's a lot of people there that went from 360 to PS4.
Exactly.
So a lot of them might not have played it. Drive Club, The Order, I'm sure will be there.
Some more footage from
Destiny's
the-
confirmed to being at the
Yeah,
conference.
it will, and they're kind of promoting that with Bungie.
Yeah, Sony's really
I almost
promoting that a
hope
lot.
that it's like. By the way, I know we all said that it's going to be July for the beta. It's right now.
It's going to be July.
I know.
July or at the earliest. I wouldn't be surprised if it's only like a few weeks or a month before.
Oh, that's what it is, John. Pass my wallet.
All right.
Wait, just hold on one sec because I forgot. I'm pretty sure this is
Oh my god. Oh wait,
my
and
beta code.
for Murdered Soul Suspect, right?
Yeah.
No, for Destiny.
Oh,
Mine, EB on. If you order online, they won't give you your code until the 9th.
Beta.
so you don't get your beta code till the game's out.
Pretty much.
Fucking useless.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I ordered it online. They're like, by the
I was
way.
gonna throw this out because I didn't remember what it was. So that's good.
But yeah, so we know Destiny's going to be there. Sucker Punch, I know they just put out.
They're working on DLC.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
nothing for them.
maybe we'll get a trailer for DLC.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
we could get. That'd be exciting. I really liked Festival of Blood,
Yeah.
and they said they're going to do something similar where they think it'll be. Because Festival of Blood was like a what if. It didn't really take. It was just like what if Cole was a vampire. It didn't really.
What if they do DLC? What if Cole was a...
Oh.
Like,
Well,
I don't know if I could say it.
Well, Brendan's probably not
Is
going
this an infamous spoiler?
Brendan's not going to play
Yeah.
the first two, and John already spoiled them for himself. So
In
Okay.
5 minutes.
I think we're okay.
What if Cole was alive?
They could do a what if, because in the evil ending he is alive, right? He only
Yeah.
dies in the good ending.
But even in the good ending, and this is, I double checked this after after one of our podcasts.
Well, they had a lightning bolt that.
Do you know what it has? A question mark.
Yeah.
So I double checked it frame by frame. It's a definite question mark,
Yeah.
so we don't know if he's dead or alive. So, what if?
That'd be a cool DLC.
Yeah.
Throw
I
Cole
mean,
into Seattle. I don't think it will be though. I think they want to keep going with Delson.
Yeah.
So the main guy in Infamous 2 died. Is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Fortunately for you, Second Son has nothing to do with the first two games, so that has no
Yeah.
impact on your
Yeah.
play.
If you bought like the collector's edition, you would have an extra mission that bridges the gap.
It's garbage,
between
by the
two.
way.
Completely garbage. Yeah.
Did you play it?
I did the first one because I'm not that far into it yet.
But did you do all of Cole's Legacy, or you only did the first?
The first one was the only thing that was available to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, there's like 5 parts to it, I think.
I know.
Oh,
but
maybe like later in the
yeah,
game.
but I know it's garbage.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which
it's just so disappointing. You need
Which DLC?
the Cole's Legacy DLC for Second Son.
Do I get that?
Probably you get collector's
If you
edition.
pre-ordered it, you did. If you didn't, I don't. It came with the collector's edition, but you got the regular one, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you got it.
Oh, probably not.
It's it's kind of cool because you get to talk to Zeke, but I was like, hey, it's Zeke. But it's just there wasn't anything substantial.
I
to
did
it.
not know that.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Spoilers.
That's okay.
You've had so long to play it.
I haven't played it. I've been in a
I know.
not
We're in
so
opposite. You're in
long to
multiplayer
play.
mode, and I'm in
Yeah.
single player
That's
mode.
why, like, when you're talking about Watch, I'm like, so how's the multiplayer doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, I'm not gonna get this.
Yeah.
So long to play. The game's been out for like 2 months.
I know, like, because Persona.
Should we just talk
Let me
about
check your
the ending of
math.
Dark Souls?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Persona Q comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
I will start playing that, and it'll get me back into story games, and then I'll jump back into.
I'm just sorry. I'm being kind of a dick. I
No,
I didn't
it-
mean to let that slip out. I know John beat it, and I totally forgot that you kind of hadn't really played it.
That's
so.
okay. I pretty much I figured that something was going to come up with Zeke.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, what I would be really interested to see there is if Ben's going to make an appearance, or they're going to mention
Sony
their
Ben.
new.
Golden Abyss
Or-
was really. Can we talk about? Did you play Golden Abyss?
I gave up. I got.
Oh.
It's so funny. I got stuck in this part for like 6 months, and it was literally I just could not climb up this one thing, and then I just played it like a couple weeks ago, and I climbed up it, and I was like, okay, I don't even want.
The first half was kind of. So you're okay if I spoil it?
Go ahead.
The first half was kind of and then Sully showed up, and I was like, man, this is an Uncharted game. Like the second half of that it was really good. I liked
It
it.
really picked up. Yeah, the first
Yeah.
half was slow with.
Just the
using
new
the
characters
touch
weren't that
features,
interesting. There was the
so-
what's her face? I can't remember her name even. That's how memorable
the
she was.
granddaughter or like the
Yeah.
daughter of the friend.
Was
of-
she like what?
No,
I
she
didn't
wasn't
know
related to him
was
from the other game. But yeah, it was her grandpa or something. She was trying to uncover
track.
his legacy.
And Nate's old buddy.
Yeah,
Vinny or whatever.
Eddie.
Eddie.
Don't
No,
No,
not
Eddie's
Eddie.
from Uncharted 1.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I think it was.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, it was kind of like...
It was
Slime
like,
ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Sully
Grace
showed
Ball.
up, and I was like, it felt like Uncharted again.
Yeah.
Like, they did a good job with that,
It was,
aside from the
yeah.
shitty touch...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those quick time swipe and the rubbing charcoals. I was like, fuck, I don't care
Yeah,
about
it's
this.
like it was a neat concept, but it didn't really need to be in there as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it would be interested to see if what
What they do on PS4.
Yeah, I would like to see them bring back Fight for Fortune 2.
Oh, I hate you.
Well, Sony trademarked a bunch of names for games. One of them was called Kill Strain, and some people think that might be Siphon Filter related.
Yeah,
so.
that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah, Siphon Filter by Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Because who was the studio who did it before? Or
So, Ben.
Bend. Yeah.
for Siphon Filter?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like a different.
There's a lot of Siphon Filter
909.
games.
909.
They might have kind of split, or like maybe
Oh, yeah.
Ben
But
did
this is
some.
like-
I'm pretty sure Ben did most of them, though.
Yeah.
so.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool.
And interestingly, Sony San Diego, who did the MLB game, I was watching the live stream. One of their devs was streaming the game the day before it came out. He confirmed that they're working on a non-sports game that will be at E3.
Oh,
I think he
that'd be
said
so
he
cool.
wasn't sure if they'll show it at E3. They did. What did they do?
That'd be interesting.
The karting game, not Little Big Planet karting. Mod Nation Racers, which was it was actually really
that's
fun.
right.
Really?
That was
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
It was
They
really-
did Mod Nation Racers?
Huh?
They did Mod Nation?
Yeah, San Diego
Yeah.
did. So
Funny,
I don't know
'cause
if they'll do another one, but they're a good studio. It'd be cool to see them do something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because it felt like that game was from Media Molecule.
It took that same kind of create and share and play
And that-
philosophy.
The feel of the stylized art.
Mhm.
But
I had the Batmobile cart. It was pretty sweet.
Nice.
Did
Yeah. Yeah, it was another game Sony sent out to die, like all their games. Just no marketing and just...
yeah,
That's too bad. The last one they did that too was was
Did you check everything?
Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus. It was right
no.
when PS4 was
Yeah.
coming out, and then it was just like
They did it with Killzone Mercenaries. I remember it launched on the same day as some other big thing. It was like, it was
Yeah.
Tearaway launched on the same day as a big title.
yeah.
It was like just... Yeah.
the Puppeteer.
I have a feeling that the new Batman game was delayed mostly because of October, because everything is
Oh,
coming
yeah.
out in October now. I think they delayed it.
But
just
now
because of
everything's
that.
getting delayed, so it's all it's all
Like,
just
yeah.
shit.
Guys, we gotta go faster.
So I don't know. We got a few minutes left. Brendan,
Can
what do you want to see more new stuff, or
Well, we still got to talk about third party
we can do another segment for third party
Oh, okay.
bonus segment?
bonus segment because there's not much.
I know.
Can we talk about Sony without mentioning Metal Gear Solid?
Well, that's third party.
Yeah,
Guess
that's
now,
true.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The trailer was at the Xbox conference last year.
Yeah,
so-
which is weird. So I don't know if that's. I was gonna say that.
There's
maybe
no
they're gonna have that at
exclusive-
Microsoft.
no, there's not.
No, maybe they're gonna have that at Microsoft again. So that's probably
Yeah.
Which is weird, which audience they're targeting and appealing to.
Mm-hmm.
For Konami, you're like, your fan base is.
That's weird because if you look at the sales for Ground Zeroes, it sold like tons more on the place just because that's where their fan base is. So, but maybe that's why Microsoft's showing it is because they want to get more of their players interested in the series. So.
Why Kenobi? Yeah, that company needs something else other than Metal Gear. And they had Castlevania for a bit, and then now that's kind of
Lords of Shadow 2.
Yeah, something's going on with that company. I don't even know.
And they announced Contra 2 years ago.
Yeah.
At the end of their pre-E3 conference.
Did they?
Awesome. The last trailer, they showed the Flaming Sea.
Oh yeah, I remember
Nothing
that.
happened after that.
Xbox One exclusive.
I hope
That'd be
not.
sweet.
Because I bought that Hard Rising game for the PS3, which is like the spiritual successor of Contra.
Oh right, yeah.
And it's fun. I just never really played
That's
it.
what I played with Shattered Soldier on PS2.
Yeah. And I think that's like the spiritual successor of that.
Yeah. My friend joked around that it's the Valley of Penises game. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
There's one level where there's like a bunch. I think there's a bunch of enemies or something, but it looks like
There's a couple.
they look like something.
Yeah. Penises, obviously.
Yeah, I just said it. Yeah.
I don't know why you danced around it after you said
I don't want to mention it more than once on our podcast.
Fair enough.
Penis!
And that concludes our discussion on Sony's
Take a
E3.
bunch of eggs, mix the fuck out of it. When you get penis!
YouTube it now!
Ego Raptor's really funny.
He's pretty good.
Anyone got anything to add?
Nope.
Sit the fuck down.
Well, we were going to talk about third-party games, but we decided not to because it's late here and we're all tired and I want to go home and get drunk. So we will talk about it at our E3 post
Gamecast.
Gamecast.
Post E3 Gamecast?
Yeah. Title.
Yeah.
Title.
Boom.
Which we'll record after the big conferences and we'll talk about them, talk about everything else.
It's going to be a big weekend for,
a big week.
1 week, yes.
Yeah.
So.
It's going to be a lot of crazy shit going down.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know about you, but I think this is
goodbye.
This is goodbye for now.
Farewell.
We have been away for a little bit.
We've had problems, and then I was sick, and you sent me the podcast last week. And so we'll have 2 podcasts going up at the same time on Sunday, and hopefully we'll be back on track on Wednesdays after that.
Yeah, that's the game plan.
Yeah.
So we're hopefully going to get back into a weekly thing. And streaming, do a little bit more of that. I have all of Mario Kart 50cc all good to go. I just have to upload the second part to YouTube and then upload all my videos I've been doing to the site, which I still haven't done. But yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know what else to say.
That's it.
All right. Well, shut her down.
Thanks for watching, and keep it real.
Keep it real.
That's not our fucking tagline.
Yeah. Well,
But
you can find us at all those places that one of us will list in the video version of this podcast. Because we really want to end this.
look up J14 Gaming. Check it out.
Here's some simple instructions. Go to google.com and type in J14 Gaming. You'll find it all there.
Yeah.
Well,
Boom.
So.
That's it.
have a good night.
Thanks for watching.
No, just end it.
No, I have to. Where we bring the party to you.